Imagine two business owners. They're in the same industry, they have the same revenue, and the same IRS agent auditing them. One walked away with a clean bill of health, no changes to their tax return. The other faced an aggressive reconstruction that added $30,000 to their tax bill. The difference wasn't the facts of their case, it was how they showed up and interacted with the IRS agent. I'm Andrew Bosserman. I'm a tax attorney, CPA, and former IRS agent. In my book, The IRS Survival Guide, Chapter 8, it's actually one of my favorite chapters, and it also sets my approach apart from many other tax professionals. Dealing with the IRS is often about the human element, and it matters much more than you think. So, imagine two hypothetical taxpayers. We'll call them Michelle and David. Michelle arrived for her audit visibly agitated, placed her phone on the table to start recording the conversation, telling the IRS agent that her lawyer advised her not to answer any unnecessary questions. She was confrontational, disorganized, and treated every question as an accusation. Her attitude turned a routine audit into a 6-month ordeal. That wasn't fun for anyone involved. On the other hand, David, he arrived with organized records and more of a cooperative demeanor. When the agent found a discrepancy in his meal expenses, he said, "My bookkeeper raised the same concern. Let me walk you through our client meeting system and how I keep track of my meals expenses." David's audit closed in just 2 meetings, whereas Michelle's dragged on for months with a much worse outcome. It was the same agent, the same level of documentation quality, but a different attitude, and that gets a different result. So I think this is the insight that most tax books and other information you'll hear about dealing with the IRS, where they really miss. IRS agents can have significant discretion. They decide which transaction to scrutinize, how much documentation to accept, whether to give the taxpayer the benefit of the doubt on a borderline decision regarding deductions or income, and whether to recommend penalties. When you're hostile, defensive, or difficult, you oftentimes are signaling to the agent that you might be hiding something. You might trigger deeper scrutiny. You make their job harder, and people who make other people's jobs harder rarely get favorable treatment. But when you're cooperative, organized, and treat the agent like a professional doing their job, you build credibility. And credibility is worth much more than, especially when dealing with the IRS. So directly from Chapter 8 of my book, there are 4 principles I teach every client. So first, treat the agent as a professional, not an adversary. They're doing a job, and so are you. Number 2, be organized and prepared. Coming in with neat, complete records signals respect for the process and confidence in your position. If the agent asks for additional information or if you're missing something, get it to them as quickly as possible and follow through on what you say you're going to do. Number 3, answer the question asked and nothing more. Over-volunteering information is one of the most common taxpayer mistakes and also just clutters your answer. Even if you have nothing to hide, over-volunteering information can just make your message or answers less clear, which makes it harder for the IRS agent to do their job. And finally, number 4, never lie and never guess. If you don't know the answer, say so. Say something like, "I'll need to verify that," and follow up. It's always a better answer than giving a wrong one. So, before I go, if you found this video valuable, I want to make sure you have everything you need to protect yourself from the IRS. And that's why I'm giving away a free PDF copy of my book, The IRS Survival Guide, at theirssurvivalguide.com. So go ahead and head over there now, grab your copy, and arm yourself with every strategy in the book. Again, theirssurvivalguide.com. It's completely free, no strings attached. Don't wait until the IRS comes knocking. Get prepared today. So if this video helped you, please subscribe and share it with another business owner you know who needs to hear this, and I'll see you in the next video.